from being used as a puppet by an evil organization to breaking free from their control and rising as the strongest character in the entire series. These are all Jimmy's forms in the Skibidi Toilet verse. Personally, I loved G-Toilet from the start, and if you guys like him as well, comment Team G-Toilet and give this video a like. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel to speed up the release of the next video. Let's start with his Astro Commander form. For this project, we will call it his 0.0 form. We don't know much about this form. We only have a picture of it from the past. His eyes are red in the picture, and he has 5 metal bands on his head, confirming that he was a commander for the Astro race. If we take a deeper look at the left side of his toilet, we can actually see an arm protruding from his body, which means his 0.0 form is somewhat similar to his 5.0 form. We can also see a shoulder-mounted cannon and his reactor core as well. The reactor core looks orange rather than yellow. I have a theory about his past. Basically, what I think his backstory was. Because G-Toilet's story is actually way deeper and complex than people think. So basically, G-Toilet came to Earth after betraying the Astro Toilets. At least, that's what they claim. But after what we saw recently, I don't think the full story is that simple. In the latest episodes, we clearly saw how the Astro Toilets infected Titan TV Man and took full control of him through his core. That's very important. Now think about this. What if the same thing happened to G-Toilet in the past? Maybe the Astro Toilets were controlling him. Maybe they were experimenting on him or using him as a weapon. But somehow, G-Toilet managed to escape. And here's the biggest clue. In episode 74, we see an old image of G-Toilet when he was a commander for the Astro race. In that image, he clearly has a reactor core. But when he came to Earth, he had no attachments at all. So what does that mean? My theory is that G-Toilet destroyed his own core or removed it somehow just to escape the Astro infection. That sounds crazy, but it actually makes sense. The Astro Toilets control people through their cores. If there's no core, there's no control. On the same note, I think G-Toilet and the Duchess Astro Toilet are related. I don't know if they are father and daughter or siblings, but mark my words. They both have some kind of a connection. It's just a hunch, but there is some evidence available. First of all, these two are the only people to actually have 2 separate forms, the toilet form and the Titan form. Second, in the very recent episode, there is a frame where Duchess Astro Toilet's face glitches. We saw these same glitches with G-Toilet as well. If we take a closer look at this scene, there is a star-shaped glasses on her eyes. She removes the glasses and locks in. What if G-Toilet bought her those glasses, and whenever she wears them, she gains consciousness and resists the Astro control? We saw this type of logic in the movies all the time. They both can use laser eyes as well. Both are really strong. Another small dynamic I would like to share. When Titan Speakerman was infected, Jimmy was protecting him. Now, when the Titan TV Man is infected, the Duchess Astro is protecting him. I told you the evidence is small, but it's there. I firmly believe the Duchess Astro Toilet is getting controlled by the Astro race. If not, then she is 100% a royalty within the Astro faction. That's why I also think that G-Toilet didn't come to Earth to rule it. I think he came here to warn them, or maybe even look for help. He did try to warn everyone in episode 73, but by that time it was already too late. That's why I don't see G-Toilet as a pure villain. I see him more as an anti-hero. Now you might say, what about all the corruption and destruction he caused? And yeah, that's fair, but it depends on perspective. What if G-Toilet already knew that the Astro Toilets were going to invade Earth no matter what? Humans would have had 0 chance against them. So maybe his plan was to make humans stronger in a twisted way. Look at the mutant Skibidi Toilets. They were humans once. Now look how strong they became. Same thing with other Skibidi units. G-Toilet might have been building an army strong enough to fight the Astro Toilets, because if he didn't, the Astros would rule everything and no one could stop them. From that point of view, the real villains are the Astro Toilets. And the good thing is, G-Toilet and the Alliance are now working together. I honestly think G-Toilet will eventually explain everything to the Alliance, and that will remove a lot of hate between them. I also believe G-Toilet might be the one who frees Titan TV Man from the infection. He has already dealt with this kind of control before. Either him or maybe Titan Speakerman, but that's a topic for another episode. Now here's the sad part. From another angle, the Alliance actually ruined G-Toilet's plan. After that, he tried using the parasitic virus on them, not just to control them, but to later turn them against the Astro Toilets. But that plan failed too. The Alliance countered everything perfectly. Some of this is confirmed, and some of this is just my theory. But honestly, it all connects really well. Let me know what you think in the comments. I genuinely love reading your theories. That's Jimmy for you all, leader of the Skibidi Toilets. Let's talk about his 1.0 form, because this is where everything started. G-Toilet first appeared in episode 7. His name comes from G-Man from Half-Life 2, and that's exactly where his face design is taken from. From the very beginning, you could tell this guy was different. G-Toilet was insanely strong, very smart, and extremely dangerous. His most famous ability was his laser eyes. These lasers could easily destroy small enemies, and were even strong enough to force Titan Cameraman to retreat. That alone says a lot. Not many characters can do that. He also had very high battle IQ. He didn't just fight with power, he fought with his brain. That's what made him such a scary leader. Unlike normal Skibidi toilets, he cannot be flushed, which already makes him unique. His arrival on Earth marked the start of the Skibidi toilet invasion. He had the terrifying power of corruption. When he sang his anthem, anyone who heard it would turn into a Skibidi toilet. That's how the chaos spread so fast. Just one song, and everything changed. Like other Skibidi toilets, he could also headbutt and bite his enemies. On top of that, his durability was crazy. He could take a lot of damage and still keep fighting. G-Toilet 1.0 was massive too. His size was around 76 meters or 250 feet. Even though this was his most basic form and looked simple, this version is the one that started the entire war. He came to Earth, turned humans into Skibidi toilets, and became the most influential member of his race. All of his forms are powerful in their own way, but trust me, his final form is on another level. Probably the strongest form in the entire series. After disappearing for 3 episodes, G-Toilet made a crazy comeback with big upgrades. This new version is called G-Toilet 2.0, and yeah, bro leveled up hard. G-Toilet 2.0 is way more advanced than his first form. He now has a jetpack, extra lasers, armor, and multiple upgrades that make him far more dangerous. One clear change is his color. He turns gray instead of pure white. I'll be honest, I liked the white version more, but this one looks more menacing. He also gets 2 extra lasers on his sides. So now he doesn't just shoot lasers from his eyes. He can fire from the sides too. This almost doubles his firepower. His size stays almost the same, but his strength definitely does not. The jetpack is a huge deal. It lets him fly whenever he wants, giving him much better movement and control in fights. On top of that, he gets front armor, making him harder to damage. Later, we see G-Toilet 2.1. After episode 47, when he fought the Cinema Titan and almost got killed by the death screen, he lost his eye laser ability. To counter screen-based attacks, he started wearing yellow glasses. These glasses protect his eyes and show how fast he adapts to threats. Another cool detail is his side lasers. If you compare episode 38 and episode 47, their shape changes. That means he likely got more upgrades in between, even if they weren't shown clearly. All of this proves one thing: G-Toilet keeps evolving. He learns from every fight and comes back stronger. And let's be real, Jimmy has had plot armor since day 1. He's just built different. After seeing this form, you might think he's already maxed out. Trust me, he's just getting started. Bro is like Goku of the Skibidi Toilet series. He just kept getting more up. Now it's time for his third form, known as G-Toilet 3.0. We haven't seen much of G-Toilet 3.0 yet, but what we have seen tells us one thing: he is even stronger than before. This version wears yellow glasses and headphones, most likely to protect himself from Speakerman sound attacks and TV Man screen abilities. G-Toilet 3.0 only appears in episode 57. Instead of eye lasers, he now relies on 6 extremely powerful laser cannons. It's believed that Cinemaman damaged his eye lasers, forcing him to switch to these cannons. Even with that loss, this form is clearly more dangerous than his older versions. Once again, he adapts and evolves. Now here's where things get confusing. Is this the real G-Toilet in an injured state, or is this just another clone? We know the scientist Skibidi Toilet created many G-Toilet clones, so it's a valid question. Honestly, after taking that much damage, most characters wouldn't survive. But then again, this is G-Toilet. He's just built different. Personally, I really like this design. It looks clean and intimidating. But let me know in the comments, do you think this was the real G-Toilet or a clone? Now, since we're talking about clones, let's quickly go over the most important one. The decoy G-Toilet first appeared in episode 65. It was used as bait to lure the upgraded Titan Cameraman and upgraded Titan Speakerman into a trap. It's confirmed that multiple decoy versions exist. This decoy is equipped with 4 ion laser cannons. These lasers are weaker and different from the real G-Toilet's weapons. It also has artificial laser eyes, headphones, and 2 turbines mounted on the back for movement. There are other fake versions too, like Hendeka Laser G-Clone, Quad Rocketeer G-Clone, Quad Buzzsaw G-Clone. But let's be real, these are just fodder, so they're not worth a deep explanation. After being gone for around 10 episodes and secretly getting massive upgrades, G-Toilet finally makes his big return in episode 67 with his new form, G-Toilet 4.0. This version looks completely different from all his previous forms, and clearly shows how much stronger he has become. From the moment he appears, you can tell this is not the same G-Toilet anymore. The biggest upgrade is his weapon loadout. Jimmy now has a total of 9 laser cannons. 6 of them are placed across the top, middle, and bottom of his toilet body. 2 smaller laser cannons are mounted on the sides of his head, and 1 powerful laser is built directly into his reactor core. This gives him insane firepower and lets him attack from multiple angles at the same time. For defense, he now has a mechanized full-face helmet that he can activate whenever he wants. This helmet protects his head and also works like advanced vision goggles, helping him see better during fights and react faster to danger. His reactor core is not just for power either. It can create a strong yellow holographic shield, fire different types of energy orbs, and even act as another laser weapon when needed. When G-Toilet gets angry, he can release a terrifying scream that stuns his enemies and sometimes forces them to back off. This scream is perfect for breaking enemy formations and turning the fight in his favor. On top of that, he seems to have gained the ability to predict enemy movements, allowing him to dodge attacks more easily and stay one step ahead in combat. For movement, G-Toilet is equipped with a dual-turbine jetpack along with booster rockets. This lets him fly smoothly across the battlefield with great speed and control. He also wears normal sunglasses to protect himself from screen-based attacks, and his entire body is covered with metal plating, giving him extra durability and armor. Honestly, this might be his strongest form so far, especially since we still haven't seen G-Toilet 5.0 go all out yet. Another cool detail is that in this form, G-Toilet can speak English perfectly, which makes him feel even more threatening and intelligent. Now let's talk about what he actually did in this form. In episode 72, G-Toilet fought the detainer Astro Toilet, who is ranked very high among the Astros and wears the 3-stripe helmet. At first, it looked like Detainer was winning, but G-Toilet completely flipped the fight using his hypnosis energy orbs. He outplayed Detainer and left him badly injured. If Juggernaut Astro Toilet hadn't shown up at the right moment, Detainer probably would have been finished right there. Then, in episode 73, G-Toilet faced an even bigger challenge. He fought all 3 Titans at the Alpha Hills complex. Even while being outnumbered, he held his ground and showed just how smart and dangerous he really is. He managed to defeat Titan Cameraman and Titan Speakerman, and even avoided most of Titan TV Man's attacks with clean movement and timing. In the end, G-Toilet escaped using his thrusters, leaving Titan Speakerman unable to walk and destroying several of Titan Cameraman's upgrades. Let's be real, he absolutely cooked in both of these episodes. On top of all that, he also has a 4.1 version, which seems to be an incomplete version of his final form. And yeah, it looks something like this. Honestly, he was already looking really scary. Are you excited to see his final form? Because this one is crazy. In episode 77, G-Toilet finally reveals his latest and strongest form yet, G-Toilet 5.0. His entrance alone was insane. At the end of the episode, we see him stepping in to help the heavily injured Titan TV Man while fighting the damaged Juggernaut Astro Toilet. That moment alone tells you how strong he has become. G-Toilet 5.0 comes with a lot of brand new upgrades, and most of them are clearly copied from Astro Toilet technology. This shows how far he has evolved over time. Back in episode 74, we already got hints of this form through blueprints. Those blueprints showed mechanical arms, a more advanced reactor core, and side jet attachments. All of that was teasing the arrival of his 5.0 form. The biggest upgrade in this form is his close-range combat. Jimmy now has 2 massive mechanical arms, and these arms completely change the way he fights. He is now terrifying in hand-to-hand combat. He can deal insane damage up close and can even take enemies down almost instantly. The orange blades attached to his arms make every hit even more deadly, turning him into a true close combat monster. But don't think he's weak at long range. G-Toilet 5.0 is stacked there too. He has 2 Astro Destruction lasers mounted on his shoulders, which are extremely powerful. On top of that, he also has an Astro Plasma emitter on his head, giving him even more firepower. His core abilities can also deal massive damage, so no matter the distance, he is always dangerous. Another insane thing about this form is how flexible his arms are. They can switch between fist mode and laser mode, letting him fight both up close and from far away. Even crazier, the arms have their own thrusters and jetpacks. This means they can move independently from his body, making his attacks unpredictable and deadly. This also boosts his mobility a lot, letting him fight on multiple sides at once. This version also seems to have a stealth ability. He can partially turn invisible, blinking in and out of view. It's not fully confirmed how this works yet, but it definitely gives him another big advantage in battle. He easily manhandled the injured Juggernaut Astro Toilet. We also discovered that they had a very close relationship before, and Juggernaut still calls Jimmy his commander. It's just a matter of time. The Juggernaut Astro Toilet will be on our side as well. If you know me, I always say that the Juggy is different from other Astro Toilets. Honestly, I love both of them. Now the big question, is G-Toilet 5.0 the strongest character in the entire series? The answer is yes and no. There might be Astro Toilets out there who are stronger, but since we haven't seen them yet, G-Toilet 5.0 can easily be considered the strongest character right now. At least for the moment, he is on top. What do you guys think? Is G-Toilet 5.0 the strongest so far, or do you think someone else will surpass him? Okay guys, that was it for today's episode. If you want more of these videos, make sure to like and subscribe.
it.